Okay, so we're gonna do something a little different today than what you normally get on my channel. We're going to fix part of my truck. I've got a leaky brake caliper that we're gonna replace, and I figured why the hell not video it and show you how it's done, I suppose. So these are the kinds of things that you're gonna need. Paper towels, rag that is old underwear, slide pin lube, anti-seize, new caliper and mounting bracket. It's got shims and a banjo bolt for the brake line, a little catch container for when you remove the brake line so that it catches the brake fluid, socket set. Gears that I am missing one. No, it's just disorganized. Socket set, piece of cardboard to catch any fluid. I prefer this socket, or this ratchet, sorry, to that one because it's articulating longer. A small pry bar or sturdy flathead screwdriver. I doubt that I will need this, but it's to retract the pistons in the caliper. Some impacts, impact wrench. So that's what's needed. I already have the truck jacked up. I got the wheel off. Make sure that you have something to block it from rolling just in case. Really, you should have a jack stand under there, but I'm fucking lazy. So I'll get into it. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking off the actual caliper first. It is a 12 mil to get the slide pin bolts out, and they are not in super tight, so it should be fairly quick. Oh, you know what? I'll get another thing. Another thing to have is a little container to put your stuff in. These are magnetic, these ones. Ta-da! Oh, can you see that? So that I just hold stuff, but I'm just gonna put it on the ground. Anyways, fuck. Oh, Christ. The leaf spring's in the way to get at that one with a ratchet, so we'll just grab it around. If I didn't have the jack where it is right now, you'd be able to get this with a ratchet, but maybe because I'm compressing the axle, it's pushing up on the leaf spring, so it's making it so I can't get that off. Okay, 2 bolts. So now we take our pry bar and we insert it between the rotor and the caliper so that we can separate. It just pushes some of that fluid back so that we can get the caliper off. There we go. Curious where that's leaking from. I'm gonna get up there. Okay. One very important thing is that you don't just dangle your caliper off of the brake hose, because it will, it will get damaged. So there's like these little hook things that will use for now. You can see it supports it. If you dangle it, you might damage your brake hose. Then you'll have to replace that too, which is not a whole hell of a lot of fun. Let me see. There we go. Okay. So we'll take the brake pads off. They're just covered in brake fluid. We'll have to clean them. Shims. Okay, now take our mounting bracket off. This one will be much more stubborn. Sometimes I've had it where I had to get a hammer. Just to get it loose. There we go. Okay. Brackets out. New one comes with a bracket. Okay, we will prep the new one. Okay, just separated the caliper from factory. These slide pads don't have any grease on them. So you just take a little bit, a little like pea-sized bit, and put that on there. You don't need a lot, just a little bit will do it up. Okay, I always put a tiny bit inside. Slide pins. Like so. Just a little bit in there. So how that works is it slides back and forth so that your brake pads retract. So this just puts enough tension so that when you press the brake pedal, these pistons compress onto the rotor with your brake pads. Then when you let off, this has just enough tension to separate that just a bit so that your brakes aren't dragging. Okay. We got our Jesus Christ, our shims. Words. We have words. They go on. They're two different sizes, so they're pretty easy to tell which one goes where. I put that on now? No, I'll wait and put this on after. Okay, that's basically it for prep on that. So we will remount our caliper mounting bracket here. So that's ready to go. I've got my cardboard and my little catch can here ready to go for when I switch out that caliper. I cleaned up the brake pads. Really, you should, if you've had leaking brake fluid, you should really get new brake pads, but I'm a cheap ass. And there's still life in those pads, so let's try and use them up. So scrape the gunk off, hose them down with brake cleaner, and wipe them with a clean paper towel. Use lots of paper towel. Make sure you get all the shit off. And then I also hose down my rotor here so that it is as clean as it's going to get for now too, because I'm not into doing a whole brake job on the back. It's not worth it for me right now. Okay, that guy's on. So now we are going to take the caliper off, put on a new banjo bolt, which is what the brake fluid flows through. So on the banjo bolt, there's a hole, and that's how the brake fluid gets into the caliper. It comes with crush washers, these copper crush washers that are only supposed to be used one time. I'll put the pads on here now too, actually. So the anti-seize is a compound that just helps things slide around a bit. And you put it on these shims just a tiny bit. Make sure that you don't get any on the rotors. And I also put a little bit in there. Just helps them slide around. This is the wear indicator. So when your brakes start to squeak when they get low, it's because this metal is rubbing on there. It goes on the outside. Outside being towards the outside, not towards inside the vehicle. Okay. Inside pad. Some people put anti-seize on this surface where the caliper meets. I don't really see the point myself. I'm sure there is a point, but I don't fucking do it. Okay, that's ready to go. So, I'll pull this banjo off. That is a different size. So the new banjo bolt is a 12. The old one here is a 15. Okay. I don't know if we can see this or not. I don't think so. I'll try. Oops. So. Uh-oh. I knocked my little metal piece off there. So the fluid's starting to go already. That's where we have the cardboard and the catch can. Old banjo bolt. Make sure you clean things off with your underwear rag. Underwear rags are not required. They can be out of a shirt or just a regular rag or whatever you want. Really, this is what I have. I have a box of rags of old shit that I use. Okay. So, one crush washer goes there. Oh, one goes there. One goes on the bolt. bolt goes through the brake line. And then brake line goes onto caliper. I am positive that there's a torque spec for this. There's always a torque spec, but we are just going to give it some ugga-duggas here. There we go. That's good. Okay. So, I'll grab those slide pin bolts. Caliper ready for installation. Right. So you gotta be careful not to tear these boots for these slide pins. If you get dirt in there, and they seize up, and then you have some draggy brakes. Nobody wants draggy brakes. Snug. Snug. Okay. Caliper. Okay. So the principle behind this one is that the hose stays in the fluid, so when you pump the brakes, any air goes through the fluid, and when you release the brake, it can't pull any air in because it is in the fluid, so it'll just pull some fluid up because you're trying to get air out of the whole system. So I will have to go and hop in the truck, and we will pump this. So pump until it comes through. Doesn't take a whole lot. Pull this off. There is pressure in this because the hose, you basically pressurize this bottle. And just always remember that brake fluid is corrosive to paint, and it will wreck your vehicle's paint. Okay, so that's done. We're going to top up the brake fluid reservoir, and then we will pump the brakes, compress the piston, and then she will be good to go. Make sure she's to the full section. There we go. Cap it off. Pump. Nice and slow and even. Let it come back on its own. And you're pumping until you feel it start. It kind of stops. It gets hard. Okay, and that's how you know that your brakes are seated. This won't be floppy because your brakes are seated, and you're all set to put the wheel back on and take her for a test drive. So that is our brake caliper job for today. I'll put the wheel on and take her for a test drive. Thanks.